Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is a moment in time, people, because we are starting a new series here on my channel called Splurge or Save. Is it worth it to splurge on a high-end $600 cordless vacuum, or can you save your money and get something just as good for significantly less? That is what we are hopefully going to find out today in our first battle of the vacuums, the cordless vacuums. Because I will say this, once you go cord-free with your vacuums, you really cannot go back. I can't be tamed by the cord. So really, the question of the day is, which of these vacuums really sucks? We have an $80 cordless vacuum, a $160 cordless vacuum, and a $600 cordless vacuum. I picked the top rated cord-free vacuum at each price point. So I didn't just randomly pick a cheap cordless vacuum. Like, this is the top rated, lower price vacuum, and so on. I mean, I'm going to assume the $600 vacuum is gonna be better, but is it 5 times better? Is it worth 5 times the price of the lower price vacuum? These are the things we're trying to figure out. If you are new here to my channel, please take a minute and subscribe. I actually have a huge giveaway going on right now where I'm giving away a $1,000 staycation, and all you have to do to be entered for that is be subscribed to my channel and following me over on Instagram. I will put all the other details in the description box. So with all of that said, let's meet the players, shall we? First one up here is this guy, the Gmo. This is $79.99 on Amazon, and it has 4 out of 5 stars and about 1,500 reviews. And here it is in person, and I have to say, just my first impression of unboxing it and putting it together, it feels pretty sturdy and heavy, and you know, the look and feel of it is quite nice, especially for the price point. So this one says it has a 35-minute running time, which we will put to the test, and says that it captures a 99.99% of fine particles. I mean, wow, that's a lot of fine particles. Okay, so our mid-price cordless vacuum option is this one here. It is called the Musu. And this one is $155 currently on Amazon. And currently at time of filming, there's a save an extra $15 coupon. I don't know if that will still be there when this video goes up. Now this one has quite impressive ratings. It has a 4.5 out of 5 stars and over 5,000 reviews. This one also came with quite a few attachments, which the first one did not. In terms of claims, it says it has a 30-minute runtime, which is actually 5 minutes less than the first one. They both feel about the same weight, so they're both around 3 pounds. And this one has 2 cleaning modes, so it has regular and ultra. So if you press it twice, it will give you more suction power. Woo! There she goes. Now for our most expensive option, I got this guy, the Dyson V11 Animal. This is the newest, latest, greatest Dyson, and I felt like this is kind of the brand people associate cord-free vacuums with. I believe it might have been the first one. I don't know if that's true. In my mind, it's true, so let's just go with it. Now this one rings in at a whopping $600. The biggest difference just looking at this one is it is quite a bit bigger. This reservoir here is, I would guess, double the size of the other two. It's also a lot heavier. So this one is 6 pounds. The other two are under 3 pounds. So this is double the weight. This says it has up to 60 minutes of runtime if you are running it in the eco mode. It says that it is acoustically engineered to take out unpleasant tones. So does this one sound nicer? That's something I didn't even think about. We'll talk more about features as we go into it. That's kind of an introduction to our players. So with all of that said, let's get into our first test, suction power. So here's our first test. We have flour on carpet, and we're gonna do a pass with each of our 3 vacuums, starting with our low price vacuum. Are we ready? Oh look, it has a light. Our next one, the mid-price. Okay, now let's turn on the animal. let's take a close-up look here. So just looking at this with the naked eye, they all look like they performed very well. I don't see any debris or flour left behind on their flight path. I'm inspecting. Oh, okay. There is still some flour left behind here if I go like this. Here we have some little bit still coming up. And here we have nothing. That's where the difference is gonna be. Our next test is crumbs. This is the #1 issue we have around our house. So this is the most important section test for me. So we're gonna start with our affordable option. Okay, now looking down here, I mean, they all got the crumbs. There's no crumbs left in either of the paths. I will just say, using them, I mean, this one has got some serious power to it and you feel it as you're using it. But these two, I mean, they're holding their own weight here. If I need my vacuum to pick up the crumbs, I mean, the crumbs are gone. The last test here we have is hair. Now I obviously did not have a bunch of hair to use, so instead I have feathers. This would be if you have pets and you deal with pet hair around your house. This hopefully will give you a sense of how it will perform. Our budget option. So this is the first test where I'm noticing quite a clear visual difference. You can see here with our lower price one, there's quite a bit left behind. And then with our mid-price, there is some left behind, but not quite as much as with this one. So I definitely noticed a little bit more suction power here than this one. And the Dyson, all of it is gone. Now we have our flour test on hardwood. Now this is very interesting because there are cracks in the vinyl right here, and this really gives me a sense of how well they did, because even the Dyson, there is flour left in the cracks. There's some flour left in the cracks here, but less than over here and over here. This is an accurate portrayal of how our floors look after snack time around here. Okay, so in all three of these paths, there are no crumbs. I mean, you got all of the crumbs in the path. One thing I'm noticing that's pretty important, this one has a little bit higher of a lip, so it's doing a better job on larger crumbs. These are flatter to the ground, so it's not able to suction up larger items as well as this one is. So overall, from our initial suction test, I'll have to say I was very impressed with all three of our contenders. The Dyson definitely has a lot of power. You feel it as you're holding it in your hand. It's got some horsepower to it. The other two, I mean, they hold up. They did an amazing job across the board. The biggest area of difference, I would say, was on the carpet. You really could see the Dyson getting in between the fibers of the carpet and going deeper. But a feature I really like of our mid-price option is that it has a higher lip to it, so it was better able to get larger crumbs, and that is something that I deal with a lot around the house. Also, the lower and mid-price option have lights on the front, which is nice because you can really see what you're vacuuming. I've never had that before. All right, now is for test number 2, longevity of the battery. How long does it really last? This is our lowest price vacuum, the $80 one, and it says that the battery lasts 35 minutes on a single charge. Generally, for me at least, would be enough for a single use. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start a timer. I'm gonna time lapse myself cleaning this room, and we'll see how long it really lasts, because it is on a full charge right now. Okay, vacuum number 1 ran out of power at 33 minutes and 22 seconds, which I have to say I am pretty impressed by it because they said a 35-minute runtime. So they were within like 2 minutes. I will say it isn't as smooth on carpet as it is on hardwood. On the hardwood, it glides around, it's nice and lightweight, but on the carpet, it's a little bit clunky and I kind of have to hold it with 2 hands. All right, so now we're gonna test vacuum number 2, our mid-price vacuum. It is fully charged, so I'm gonna start the timer and get to vacuuming. Sorry, the baby woke up, so it's been a little bit, but the timer stopped at 31 minutes. So for the Dyson, I actually ran 2 different tests because it claimed to last for 60 minutes on a single charge in eco mode, and it didn't say how long it would last in the regular auto mode. So I wanted to see for myself. So the first test was on the eco mode. My timer said it got 51 minutes, so very close to 60 minutes like they claim, and that is more than enough time to vacuum the entire house at one go. Now in the auto mode, which would be how I would be using it, it lasted 46 minutes and 39 seconds. So overall, in terms of runtime, just based on how I vacuum my house, all 3 of them are gonna give me more than enough runtime that I need. I would say 30 minutes is probably the most I'm ever gonna be vacuuming at one time. If you have a very large house and a lot of area to cover, then you're gonna wanna go with the Dyson. That can last you about 50 minutes. Okay, for our last test of this battle is how easy are these to clean in terms of just emptying the dustbin, because you know, that is something you have to do often, and if it's a pain to clean, that's going to deduct points in my book. So let's start with our low price option. One big thing for me, I don't wanna have to touch this stuff. So the more I have to touch, the less I like it. There are 5 steps here. 1, 2. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That just popped right out. Look at that, okay. There was some force, it just kind of popped out. I like that. Do you have to shake it a little? There's still some trapped on here though, so that's why it says to turn left to remove the dust cup. Ow, 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 ow. The dust cup to get the rest of it out while jamming my thumb. That actually really hurt. There's a ton of stuff trapped on the top here though. Remove the filter. Okay, we needed to call in the gloves here. Okay, so now I'm actually removing the filter. Okay, this is officially a pain. I have to take this thing apart and clean it every time. I don't have time for that. Now let's see this one. This is our Mushu mid-priced option. Removing the bottom. Whoa, there she goes. So I like that it popped out with force because I don't have to go in there and touch anything. And almost everything came out. There's just like a tiny little bit of feathers here, but almost everything came out. The last one, a lot of it was stuck up at the top and I had to fully remove the whole thing. Now we have the mini manuals for the other 2. For the Dyson, comes with a book. Step 1, remove the base. Okay, so there's a lever on the back. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh! Ooh, that got everywhere. Why? That went everywhere on the ground. And we're golden, it's all out. So something that I wanna say in general, very, very, very important, I've learned the hard way. Make sure you fully clean out any cord-free vacuum you have at least every 3 months. Otherwise, it's not gonna last you. Okay, so those are the main factors I wanted to evaluate all 3 of our contenders on. I could go on and on and on, but I didn't want to be here all day. I kind of just wanted to go through the main, most important factors. And after using these for several days, really testing them out, I have a final verdict. Should you splurge on a $600 Dyson or save on one of our more budget-friendly options? For me, what I would genuinely get and the vacuum that I'm going to keep is the Mushu, our mid-price option. This guy has amazing suction power. The battery life lasts long enough for my needs. It's really fun and pleasant to use. It's nice and lightweight, it's springy, it glides really well, and it's easy to clean. So it has anything I could want in a vacuum. Now, this is what I will say, okay? The Dyson is definitely better. Like, you can feel that it's better, but is it 4 times better than this? To me, I would say no for my purposes. But if you have pets that are shedding all over the place and you really need an industrial strength vacuum, then yes, I would say get the Dyson. But if you're just an everyday regular user like me, this guy right here is awesome. I was so impressed across the board. The reason why vacuum number one, our ultra budget friendly one, was not the winner for me really came down to how difficult it was to clean. Did not like that. And how clunky it felt on the carpet. And we do have quite a few rugs around the house, and it wasn't that pleasant for me to use on carpet. So I did feel like it was worth the upgrade going to vacuum number two. So with all of that being said, this is it for our first edition of Splurge or Save. Do you guys like this? Do you want to see it be an upcoming series? If you do, please give this a thumbs up so I know you want me to continue in the future, and also let me know what I should evaluate next. Also, don't forget to enter my staycation giveaway. You just have to be subscribed to this channel and follow me over on Instagram. Super easy to enter. I'll have all the details down in the description box. With all that being said, thank you as always so much for watching, and I will see you soon with a new video.